I was asked to come aboard Revenge of the Jedi by a supervisor, special effects supervisor by the name of Roy Arbogast. Roy and I had done 7 pictures together starting on Joss. We became good friends there. And he called me up and said, come on, we're going to go. And it was pretty quick like that. We flew up to San Rafael together and we started working in the warehouse that they provided for us. And our main task was to assemble the pieces and construct the 26-foot Scout Walker, based on an idea they saw in Empire of a little model that was walking across the tabletop. And we built the Scout Walker, and it went into storage, and then we went down to work in the desert. We get sent to Yuma, Arizona, and we get in the van, and then we all go and arrive at the location, which is a little bit of a trek for about an hour. And we take the van through the sand roads, and voila, it opens up, and there's the big mothership and all the work in progress. It was unfinished, of course, at the time. With the scene with the mothership, of which we provided the mechanics for the skiff's tipping and the rigging for Leia and swing across to the other skiff, and all the sparks from the laser guns, atmospherics on the mothership, the stunt rigging to the best of our ability going into the Sarlacc Pit, and all the tentacles that went with that was all part of our build. But as things came together, they came around and handed out a call sheet. And on the top of the call sheet it said, coffee at 4:30 for 455 people. I said, this is a big show. That stuck in my mind. You know, it's like, you know, Kevin, you're on something big here. It was amazing, all the people that were involved in at least the desert part of it, right? I know that for a fact. It was huge. It was hard for the public to find it. It was hard to get through the gates to get there. Pictures are from crew persons that worked on it that want to hold on to their work. I just remember it was like it was its own city. And everything was hot and in the sun. And when you put something down, if you picked up the same board you just put down, you always had to pick it up with a stick, because there was always a scorpion or a snake or a lizard or something in it that would jump out at you. And it was a great experience. It was a great experience with that many people. It was a giant family, to say the least. And then I got tapped on the shoulder by Roy, and he said, you're going to the other end of California. We literally went from the edge of Mexico, California, and Arizona to the Pacific Ocean, California, and Oregon. And it was quite a contrast. It took 4 planes to get there. One of the things that we had to do was get the Scout Walker out of storage and get it standing up and get it ready so that the powers to be, when they came up, could have a look at it and start thinking of things. And we also were involved in manufacturing cutaway pieces of rocks and trees and things like that that we used in the forest as cutting pieces for hide things and for people to come around, and for destruction. Obviously, there's a battle sequence. And we became very involved in all the action that was going on there. When they get caught up in the net, for instance, and the action with the bunker, and then the big pyrotechnic business with the Ewoks fighting and getting blown up by the Scout Walker. The Ewoks being dragged on the toe, the foot. We cut the head off the Scout Walker. We mounted it on a D9 Caterpillar so that we could put Chewbacca up in there and throw the stormtroopers off. And then, of course, the big explosion that we did a very big explosion at that bunker that was put together by Mike Wood. And George didn't like that tape versus the one of the planet blowing up, so he used that one. That's Jedi, you know.